Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Good Sunday morning to you, looking live over beautiful Charm City this morning. It's Sunday the 30th. I'm Taylor Stewart. Let's get right into your forecast. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is in with some good news about the break in the heat and the humidity. Let us know what's up.
Yeah, it's about time, right? Temperatures are much more manageable this morning. Mid and upper 70s to start. And what's really making the difference? The humidity levels, or the dew points. They've been up also in the 70s. But right now, as dry air filters in, they're way down in the 50s and low 60s. So the lower the dew point, below 70 degrees, the drier the air mass. And we're currently enjoying nice dry air filtering in from the north behind that weather maker that sent us some strong storms yesterday evening. That's long gone. In place fit, we'll enjoy some sunshine this afternoon, and temperatures are feeling much better. We'll spend today in the low to mid to upper 80s before the day is over, but no humidity, so it actually feels like the numbers you're seeing here on the planner. Coming up in just about 10 minutes, I'll let you know exactly how long this break from the heat and the humidity is going to last, and when we are tracking our next chance for some storms too. Taylor?
We begin this morning in a city in crisis. In northwest Baltimore, police say officers tased an armed teenager yesterday. This happened along Borman Avenue and Reisterstown Road. Here's a look at the large police presence on the scene just before 7 p.m. Now, Fox 45 News obtained this surveillance video from a nearby store. Police tell us they were chasing after the 15-year-old trying to make a handgun arrest. And you see right there, he's seen throwing a gun into a nearby building as he runs away. Seconds later, from another angle here, an officer appears to tase the suspect, who then falls face first onto that sidewalk. Police tell us the teen was taken to shock trauma with non-life-threatening injuries. A few seconds later, though, police are seen going back to the building where the gun was originally thrown. They found it. They brought it out, and this is what police say they recovered. We'll bring you any updates as they become available. Police are also investigating two shootings in South Baltimore. This happened when a 19-year-old was shot along Saratoga Street around 2:30 yesterday morning. He is expected to survive. But 3 hours earlier, a 22-year-old woman was shot along the 3600 block of Benson Avenue, right across from the Cutting Edge sign shop. If you know anything about either of these incidents, give Metro Crime Stoppers a call. That number, 1-866-LOCK-UP, 7-LOCK-UP. Well, the Orioles, they are having the best season in almost a decade, but despite the home runs and RBIs, ticket sales are only half capacity for home games. Vincent Hill spoke with a local economist who says Baltimore's crime crisis could be at fault.
The Orioles are #1 in the AL East, something not seen since 2014. Mayor Brandon Scott is confident the team will go all the way.
And I look forward to seeing us win the World Series and eliminate the Spankies in the playoffs later this year at Oriole Park.
But when it comes to filling seats, the O's are ranked 23rd out of the 30 MLB teams, according to BaseballReference.com.
So the mayor should be talking about, we care about your safety when you come to Baltimore. We take that very seriously. We're doing things to make you safer in a city that has been quite dangerous historically.
Economist Aniban Basu says the mayor should be less focused on home runs and more on crime stats that could be affecting ticket sales.
A lot of people have become accustomed to not going to downtown Baltimore. Not having those fans come downtown, that has a huge negative economic impact.
In the backdrop of Camden Yards, the murder of Timothy Reynolds by a squeegee kid last year. This year, 2 shootings, 2 carjackings, and 4 robberies, all within a mile of the field. Basu says the O's attendance is not the only thing at stake because of crimes around the ballpark.
You're not just celebrating its success and rooting for our team against the Yankees or whomever it happens to be, but it's a community event. It's our shared community well-being that's at stake.
The mayor himself acknowledging changes need to be made.
We want to see at Camden Yards what you see around other ballparks: more development, more activation, more things happening.
Basu believes those changes may not come until the bottom of the 9th for the Scott administration.
It's a change in the air. We have a mayoral election next year. And so I really view, and this might sound naive, that Baltimore City is going to have a great renaissance later this decade.
So far this year, there have been 775 guns arrests across the city. That is a 2% decline compared to this time last year, roughly 2.6 there. According to city data posted on Open Baltimore during the June 21st public safety meeting, Fox 45 News questioned Baltimore police, asking why the sudden decline in gun arrest.
Gun arrests citywide year to date are down. They're down a little bit from last year. One district, they're up very significantly, the Eastern District.
The Eastern District is showing a 163% increase in gun arrest. According to former Baltimore Police Deputy Commissioner Jason Johnson, this likely comes down to changed enforcement and added resources in the area. Data shows a rise in car thefts this year in Baltimore. Nearly 400 cars were stolen just last week. But as Fox 45's Amy Simpson explains, finding and holding those car thieves accountable is an uphill battle.
It was a BPD car.
We've had a departmental car that's been stolen with police equipment in it.
An unmarked 2018 silver Kia Optima. Just one of the latest to be stolen by thieves in Baltimore City.
It's a serious public safety hazard because these cars are, they're stolen. Usually it's juveniles that are doing it. It's that TikTok challenge.
The safety chair of the Patterson Park Neighborhood Association pointing to a social media craze, prompting some Hyundais and Kias to be hotwired with just a USB cable. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration also blaming TikTok, saying millions of cars nationwide are potential targets. But even as the car makers offer free software upgrades to bolster security for impacted models, the thefts only continue. Between July 1st and July 23rd, Baltimore police say 312 Hyundais and 134 Kias were stolen across the city.
But unfortunately, very few of these folks are getting caught, and even fewer are getting actually prosecuted or getting any kind of consequence. So then it becomes like it's a free-for-all. Like, there's very little risk of getting caught, very little downside. Seems pretty safe to do it and get away with it.
Even if a suspect is identified, proving felony theft is no simple task.
Because factually, how do you prove that this person broke into the car and stole the car? Not everybody has a Ring doorbell or security camera.
Attorney Jeremy Eldridge says that's why sometimes a lesser charge is pursued.
The crime at that point may be what's called unauthorized use, meaning you're simply operating a motor vehicle owned by another without their consent.
But this lawyer says unauthorized use is instead a misdemeanor offense and carries a sentence of anywhere from 6 months to 4 years, down from a 5 to 10 year sentence if convicted of felony theft, and levying consequences only more challenging if a juvenile is accused.
When someone is young and they're prosecuted within the juvenile justice system, especially for an auto theft, which is incredibly inconvenient for the victim, but is not a crime of violence, the legislature has mandated essentially that they receive probation. So you're going to see somewhat of a revolving door in these cases.
The best way to protect yourself and your car, this attorney says, install a surveillance camera. Amy Simpson, Fox 45 News.
It's been nearly 4 weeks since the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. After the break, how community members are coming together to help those in need in that community.
And we're finally back in the 80s after a very hot and humid stretch the past couple of days. I'll let you know when we're also going to throw some showers and some storms back into the mix in just a couple of minutes. It's 10:38. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News.
Mayor Brandon Scott joined the Baltimore Fire Department in a neighborhood sweep in Northeast Baltimore Saturday. It's in response to a deadly fire in that neighborhood. The mayor and emergency officials going door to door to make sure people know the importance of having a working smoke alarm. If a home does not have a smoke alarm on each level, the city's installing them for free. Fire officials are also telling families to prepare an evacuation plan in case of a fire. Nearly 4 weeks after the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting, Baltimore City Councilwoman Felicia Porter joined the community there and the M&T Bank Stadium volunteers to bring donations to that community. Now, donations included food, school supplies, medicine. The shooting left 2 people dead, 28 others injured. The search is still ongoing for the suspects. Police say more than a dozen guns were used, and so far they have arrested a 17-year-old who's facing weapons and riot charges. Meanwhile, Baltimore police and the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement still facing questions about their response to the mass shooting. On WBAL radio, City Council President Nick Mosby said the responsibility should fall mostly on the Baltimore Police Department rather than Safe Streets.
When there is a weapon involved in an interruption or an interaction, we need to know about it. We also need to know something when we're paying for it.
But that wasn't information that the police department didn't already know. If our safeguard is having Safe Street go into a crowd, 4 guys go into a crowd of 700 people to communicate to our police department that there's guns and knives in there and that they should come in there, we have a problem.
Monty leaders tell Fox 45 News Safe Streets workers were at the Brooklyn Day Party block party. They left before the shooting happened. They say those Safe Streets workers did mediate conflicts, but have not said what those mediations included, when they happened, or when they were reviewed. We also pressed the mayor on how mediations are tracked and reported in the first place. The mayor has not handed over any of that information, saying Safe Streets operations should not be public. With summer in full swing, the scorching heat can ruin a good face of makeup. After the break, how you can keep your makeup on point, even in the 90-degree weather. Mega Millions? Well, more like Mega Billions. Stella Head will tell you your chance to become a billionaire. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning. All right, look, summer brings some extreme humidity and heat, and no one likes to see their makeup just melting off their face. And we don't have to, no fear. Kristen Floyd with OCV Spas joining us this morning with some tips on how to do the makeup when it's 90 degrees outside. So thankfully, I think the 90s, we're moving out of them. But Let's talk about it because it's still hot outside.
Right, I know. Thank goodness Amy said we have some cooler stuff coming. So my first recommendation is a mattifying primer. Okay. It's going to absorb excess oil. It's going to help keep you from getting shiny, and it's going to help things last a little longer. Okay. And then choosing waterproof when we can. Something that I love is these waterproof cream stay crayons, and they come in all different colors. So you can do like eyeliner with a smoky eye. They can do natural colors. So they come in all different kinds of colors. And you can brush them on with a makeup brush, or you can basically take it right from crayon to eyelid, blend it with your finger, and then it has a 12-hour stay.
And it's matte, so there's no worry of them.
There is shiny and matte. There is shimmer and matte. This one is like shimmer. There's definitely a highlight, so it gives you whatever makeup look you want.
I like that.
So natural or more glam. You can even do smoky, but it's not going to come off and it's not going to run down your face.
I think people in the summer want to have that dewy look without feeling sweaty too.
I love it. I really do. But also if you have an event, like it's been hot and we've had, like the Baltimore party last night. It's been hot. And then also something people don't think about as far as waterproof bronzer. So that can keep, basically you just want to try to get long-lasting formulas and things that are waterproof. And sometimes people don't think, I mean, yes, we know waterproof mascara and those kind of things, but we have the crayons, we have bronzer, so all your favorites can come in waterproof. And then obviously, I am obsessed with this because it's like very little is left. But when you finish, you want to set your makeup with a setting spray, and one specifically meant for heat, like this one, which is specific, the Kula, and it has SPF in it. So it's also a great way. It's not only is it a setting spray, but it has SPF in it, and of course you need to protect your skin from the sun. Exactly. SPF every day, and it's a good way to also set it again and SPF reapply.
Okay, I think that's an important tip too, because the setting of your makeup as well as the foundation, putting the primer on beforehand, is really a game changer. Yes. Is there any extra prep you think that's necessary during the summertime?
For sure. Definitely anything with the SPF. And also I have here the Kula lip oil, which is also in an SPF. And so this lip oil, and again, it's just clear, so you can put it over top of anything, a lip gloss or a lipstick, or just by itself, SPF. Yes. And then also SPF comes in all different kinds of bronzery colors, right? So we have this Kupari, which this is on legs, arms, any special event.
So it goes everywhere.
Literally.
Let me
and
see.
So it is this gorgeous.
I'll try it.
Shimmer, and so it gives you this gorgeous glow, but also protects you from the sun. So there are products that have color in them, bronzer in them, but then don't have to compromise on the sun protection as well.
I'm really excited about this one.
And it smells amazing, doesn't it?
Oh, that's great. Well, you know what? We're not going to melt away, thankfully, not today at least, because we're looking at a break in the humidity. That's the good news.
My hair thanks you.
My hair thanks you. My hair thanks meteorologist Amy Aronson, really. We are looking at a day that's going to be pretty nice out there. Just look at those skies.
Compared to what we've seen the past couple of days, we're saying goodbye to the heat, the humidity, and the storms, at least for now. So we have blue skies and sunshine. We're putting the rain behind us. We've had a lot of rain so far this month, actually just shy of 7 inches, which puts us above average for July. For the year, we're playing catch up. We've got 21 inches so far, so now we're only down 4 inches. We should be closer to 25 at this point in the season. But today, you don't have to worry about the rain, the heat, or the humidity. Great day to check off some yard work off your list of things to do. Maybe you want to relax by the pool or on the boat. It's going to be great for all those things. If you are doing anything fun outside, we want to see your pictures. Send them to us, foxbaltimore.com/chime-in, and then we can share them right here on Fox 45 tomorrow morning. Blue skies and sunshine over the Inner Harbor. Can't get enough of it. Upper 70s to begin. We are enjoying that brief break from the heat and the humidity, making a run for the mid-80s today. Actually looking forward to a mostly dry start to the week, too, before storms return much later on in the week. We've got one weather maker pushing to our south, dry air filtering in behind it, and that's helping us clear out. So winds are coming in from the north. That's cutting down on the heat, the humidity, but also giving us nice clear skies. And that should continue to be the case today. High temperatures end up in the mid and upper 80s. I am tracking a weak little disturbance tonight that will produce a couple of showers overnight, but not a big deal. While most of us are sleeping, some showers will trickle through around daybreak tomorrow, but after that, we're drier for the rest of your Monday. And once again, we're pretty comfortable with temperatures hanging out in the 80s again, low to mid 80s straight through the afternoon. So for today, pretty perfect finish to the weekend. Feels much better than yesterday. It's actually going to feel like the numbers you're seeing here on this hour-by-hour planner. Plus, we've got a lot of sunshine to look forward to, too. If you've been holding off grilling because we've had storms the past couple of evenings, tonight is the night for that. We are looking at temperatures in the low 80s to start, but eventually dipping back into the upper 70s after sunset. And we stay dry through this evening. It's overnight that we throw in that shower risk, and that will continue through early Monday morning. After that, we're dry for the first half of the week with temperatures in the mid to low 80s. I'm tracking some spotty storms both Thursday and Friday, but temperature-wise, we're in good shape for the first full week of August with temperatures in the upper 80s through next Saturday. Taylor?
All right, so get this. The company that makes you toss your pizza in the oven and make you say, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Well, could you toss it in a lot of other places? DiGiorno is looking at delivering pizza on the go through vending machines. Now, Nestle USA, DiGiorno's home company, is testing them out at a Colorado Walmart and its own Ohio campus. The vending machines have a commercial-grade oven stored inside with a frozen 10-inch crust, thin crust pizza and pepperoni pizza. They come out in about 3 minutes for $9 each. Well, Nestle says future locations could include college campuses, home improvement stores, and sports venues. Meantime, Chick-fil-A is changing the way it looks and functions. The fast food chain plans to test an elevated drive-thru in Atlanta and a digital walk-up in New York City. The company says the changes are designed to improve ordering and digital service. Now, that Atlanta drive-thru will have 4 traffic lanes running under the kitchen with space for up to 75 cars. Must be doing good business. New York's walk-up will be exclusive for picking up mobile orders and is intended for highly populated areas with a lot of foot traffic. The concepts are rolling out in 2024. Mega Millions is now worth more than $1 billion after nobody got the top prize on Friday night. This is the 4th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history, and it comes with a lump sum option of just over $500 million. The next drawing is scheduled for Tuesday night. The chances of you winning, though, are roughly 1 in 300 million. The FIFA Women's World Cup is taking over Australia and New Zealand. So here's a look at the scores from earlier games that happened this morning. Morocco beat South Korea 1-0. Norway beat out the Philippines 0-6. And then Switzerland and New Zealand, they tied, neither team's getting a goal. Colombia got the win, though, over Germany 2-1. Stick with Fox 45 because we are going to be your FIFA World Cup headquarters. We're going to create some changes for our lineup in the morning show. That starts tomorrow. So keep this in mind. You can start watching our newscast at 4:30 on the CW Baltimore while action heats up right here on Fox 45. And then the broadcast will come back here around 8 a.m. for our morning newscast. Then on Tuesday, it's going to be slightly different. Our morning news will return to Fox 45 around 9 a.m. The U.S. women will be playing against Portugal in that game. And then Wednesday, again, 4:30 on the CW Baltimore. And then we're back on Fox 45 at 8 a.m. We're looking at highs in the upper 80s today. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is going to let us know how the beginning of August is shaping up. Her 7-day forecast is just ahead.
10:56 on this Sunday morning. Ah, look at that. I would do anything to be at the beach right now. What a pretty morning. It's not as hot, it's not as humid, the storms are past, lots of folks are on the boardwalk, lots of folks are already claiming their spots on the beach, which you kind of have to do this time of year kind of early just because it's tough competition out there. Yeah. But it looks so nice. Perfect day to be at the beach if you're lucky enough to be doing that. Our weather, not too bad either, though.
Yeah.
So if you're staying in town, you can head to a pool or just take a walk, enjoy some fresh air. It's not as hot, not as humid today, so we'll enjoy the mid-80s this afternoon. We actually stay dry all day. Some showers will move through overnight, so don't get caught off guard by that. They'll make a brief appearance tomorrow morning, but then after that, we're dry again, and we're actually staying pretty seasonable. So temperatures are running slightly below average. We should be at 88. Instead, we're in the mid to low 80s, and that's going to take us through midweek. We're also mostly dry this week. Remember, we kick off August already on Tuesday. Not going to feel like it. We'll stay in the low 80s. We do have a brief chance for some spotty showers. It looks like Thursday and Friday. It does not look like either day will be a washout. And temperature-wise, the 90s are missing in action here. So we don't have to worry about that this week. No intense heat wave coming our way. Just mid and upper 80s. That's going to take us actually through the start of next weekend.
Well, here's the thing. Baltimore restaurant week ends today. Baltimore County